Do we have time for additional questions from the audience, or should we go right to the 2-minute? Okay. It is time now for the close. Each candidate has 2 minutes for the close. We'll begin in the opposite order that we began with. Mr. Markell.
For the last several years, many of you have educated me. I have visited your classrooms before, during, and after hours. I have sat in your faculty lounges and in your libraries. Angela Dunmore in Cape Henlopen, Paula Cipriano in Colonial, Anna Anderson and Linda Johnson in Apo, and many, many others. I've listened, I've learned, and as a result, I have been there on issues that matter to you. I've been there, as I said, at the State Employee Benefits Committee, maintaining no increase in copay, no increase in deductible, even in the face of rising health care prices. When the Christina School Board met at McVeigh Elementary to discuss the plan to close schools in Wilmington, I was there, standing with Mike Kemsky and Claudia Bach and dozens of talented teachers from the very district where I got such a great education more than 30 years ago. I've been there for you on retirement planning, pushing through that match I just talked about, and working with your leadership to make sure our 403B plan pays off for all of our teachers. I have been there with you as treasurer, and I will be there for you as governor. We need new ideas and bold changes if we're going to work together to create the best public education system in the country. And I will make sure you have the resources you need to do your job. I won't wait year after year after year to get rid of a test that's tying your hands behind your back. I've offered a plan to recruit the next generation of great teachers. I understand how important you are to your kids because teachers changed my life. Miss Steele at Central Elementary, Mrs. Eidstein at McClary, Mr. Brown at Shoe Middle, and Miss Carroll at Newark High School. Honestly, I don't know that I would be here today were it not for them. They challenged me, they demanded the very best of me, and they also demanded the very best of themselves. They made me a believer in me. All of you and those you represent do the same for a new generation of students. I look forward to your continuing advice. I look forward to partnering with you. And I look forward to supporting you as you do the honorable, critical work of preparing our children to reach their full potential. Thank you.
Mr. Protack.
I don't have a closing statement. I have a personal story. You know, education is a big policy issue, and that's why we're here today. But education is important to me. Let me give a little background. We don't have a lot of educational achievement in my family. As I mentioned, your support professionals a month ago, my mother's parents completely illiterate. My dad's parents were immigrants from Eastern Europe with no formal education in this country. My father was a high school dropout. If I have any positive attributes or brain power, it came from my mother, but she was the oldest daughter in a family of 9, so guess what her destiny was? Cooking and cleaning. She was denied those opportunities. So my wife and I decided early on, education and values would be the 2 most important things we could do for our children. Those are critical things. We've been through the struggles. I've been a homeroom parent. I've been president of a parents club. I'm the guy in the back with my knees against the seat in those little yellow buses with kids screaming. The best headaches you ever have. But we've had challenges. Our oldest son had to repeat a grade. Our youngest son had learning disabilities. This is a kid in 1st grade, give you, change him a $100 bill, but couldn't spell dog or cat. So we're in this for the long haul, and it's worked out. My oldest son, in another month, will be a doctor, and then I'm going to toot my horn. He's got a residency in surgery at Yale University. So it works. We're working on the youngest one. His priorities are cars, girls, and avoiding manual labor, but we're working on him. But he has several colleges to choose from. So when I look at that background of where I started and where they're going to end up, that's why it's a positive thing. Yes, this is politics. Yes, this is policy. Yes, this is a race. But education is the great equalizer. It puts you in the passing lane to do things, great things. Like I say, I'm just amazed to have a doctor in the family. Of course, without a pension, at least I have some good health care, right? So this is one of those things, my children, my pride and joy. And the best way you can treat them fairly, besides love and values, is education. Thank you.
And Mr. Carney.
I want to thank everyone for being here and listening this morning. I've worked with many of you, and I hope to continue working with you to improve education in Delaware. It's been a real privilege for me to serve as Lieutenant Governor, and now to seek the Democratic nomination to be your governor. As I said at the beginning of this debate, education has been a priority for me throughout my life. I'm proud of the progress we've made in improving our schools, but I also know we have a lot of work to do. Everyone running for governor this year thinks we can do better as a state, but I want more for Delaware than just doing better. I want Delaware to be the best state in the whole United States of America, and we can be. We're small, we're manageable, we have a great tradition of working together. We have the ideas and the talent and the energy to lead our state into the future. We can build a 21st century economy with good paying jobs for our families. We can have affordable, quality health care for every Delawarean. And as I've talked about this morning, we can create world-class schools for every child. We had a good discussion about education this morning, and I respect my opponent's desire to improve our state. But there are real differences between us, most importantly, our record and experience. I've been working on education issues since I was Secretary of Finance more than 10 years ago. My education policy will be guided by a commitment to the classroom. The regional learning centers will give teachers the support they need to be successful reaching every child. The question in this race is who can implement the plans that we've laid out to you. I have a track record of bringing people together to get things done. And I believe that I can make my plans for improving education in Delaware a reality. And I look forward to working with all of you, with your leadership, and with all your members all over our state to make Delaware schools world-class. Thank you very much.